Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome again to our ESTA Talks, made by Central Board of ESTA International. Today, the second day of summer, we are here to know more about Jan, the president of the Belgium-Flanders branch. For helping knowing him, Laura Ritchie, our new member of the Central Board, she will make the interview. So, Laura, you can take the
Fantastic.
microphone.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited because I saw Jan's presentation at the Amersfoort conference, and it was very, very inspiring. I have several photos of all of his pictures and slides on my phone, and I can't wait to hear more. Can I start by asking, Jan, can you give us an introduction? How did you get involved in ESTA?
How I get involved in ESTA by the beginning of the Belgium branch, because Mark, who is still an honor member of the central board, I think, and Stefan, that we lost at a very young age, only 45 years, I think he was a very good colleague of my age. We studied together, we played for many years chamber music together. And so when Mark and Stefan started the ESTA branch, I was immediately member, and I'm member still that moment, because I love to share knowledge between colleagues. For a long time, I was, let's say, more a sleeping member. I followed what happens. We had the magazine with the Dutch brands together, and I was reading this. But my instrument, like you see here besides me, is the big one. So I'm the double bass one. I have to say, for more than 10 years, I did combination of cello and double bass teaching in one school, because I don't have my I didn't finish my studies from the cello, but I did it the same time when I did my professional studies of double bass. And then I thought I will never do it playing cello professionally, because after half an hour sitting after this instrument, I get bored. Just the physic thing. I love the cello. I love the music for the cello. I love the chamber music. I miss it, but the and just for a few years ago, I sold my cello. It was staying there for 2 years untouched, and then I said somebody has to be happy and play on it. And then I decided to become really double bass player. No, it's not true. I was it before, but I was in the member of the branch, and then after I think 15 years or so, there was boarding people changing in the branch, and then I get involved just as a board member. But then, like it happens, some people leaving, some people come in, and then I became president. We call it in Belgium like the Chinese volunteer to be the president, but I accepted, and we try to make and keep alive a branch. But I have to say that the COVID was not the best period to keep a branch alive.
Yeah, amazing challenges. But you are still here, and now you have ideas to share, and they're extraordinary and so well developed from your teaching and full of creative inspiration. Um, I'm hoping that you will share with us maybe something about this breathing bow that you shared at Amersfoort, and a little bit about your teaching.
Yeah, I can. I'm teaching now for. I started teaching in '90, so it's for 34 years now that I am. I'm teacher of instrument and string groups also in the Belgian music schools. I was in several schools, because you start as a double bass teacher, with small classes. So I did 5 schools, and then it became 4 schools, 3 schools, 2 big classes. Now, at this moment, somewhat smaller classes, but still 25 double bass students I see weekly. So it's not nothing. And I was from my young age, I am interested in working with children. We have the holiday jobs to earn a little bit of money when you are 16 years old. I always worked with children for earning the money of all ages, from 4 years old until 18 years old. The ones who needed attention in the holidays. Not a well paid job, but very funny to do, and you learn a lot about working and what children are, how they are, how they work, how they learn, how they play, just playing games, nothing to do with music. And then I was going to music. How you call it, holiday camps. One who is called the Dagen van de Huismuziek, and the Huismuziek is the house music, and was the music that they played in the early Baroque period in Germany and in Holland, to play at the houses, the people. So 2 people who came from this music started 2 weeks in a year, giving people come together, young people, and playing. And we did dancing, we did singing in the choir. And then after 10 years, I was 18 years old, they asked me, can you come to teach in these camps? So then I started already teaching when I started. So it turns like this, I was turning into educational things. And I'm very happy that my cello teacher and my double bass teacher were very good teachers, very involved in teaching. One, the double bass teacher, he was with his students. He was completely committed to his students. And the cello teacher, he had a very good methodic system in his teaching. What he learns to the students, in which order he teaches them. So I learned many things just being students of these 2 people, the Mr. Franco Pieters and Mr. Jan van Kelst. I learned many things from them, many things. This was the start of my education career, and then I took over 2 classes in the music school from this Franco Pieters, double bass classes, and then you have to start. And then there was nothing, because teaching double bass at children,
Yeah,
in the 90s was only just started. You had a little bit in England. That there was Carolyn Emery, I think, and Rodney Slatford, and so on. They developed some things, but with my view, what was education in the cello class, and with my knowledge of this very good methodic system of my cello teacher, I could think out a way how to do it. And my formal double bass teacher, he started this class, so he had also already quite developed a little system, where to start, which positions you use, what you learn to the children. And then I think I had a very good contact with some of my colleagues, some of my former students who went professionally, who are now colleagues. We often do double bass days together. We talk about, how do you do this? How do you do this? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And so on. So we develop things. And I think it's really important. And I see that sometimes, especially when we do try to find people to be enthusiastic about ESTA, they are very shy to tell about what they do in the classroom. Yeah, my student played this reading concertino and my student plays this Romberg piece, but not why you do it, what's the purpose, how you do it. If you have a system for everything you have to do to learn them, and what you will learn, and this was my thing I thought out for me myself, and I think I have a very strong system. I'm not especially proud of what I'm saying, but I have in the amateur orchestras in the whole region, the bass players are my former students. I have already maybe 10 who are doing professional jobs now, who came from my music schools. I only teach music school. I don't do the higher education.
That's fantastic. And it's exactly why we do these talks, to get the insight into what people do who are in, who have wonderful thoughts and wonderful teaching methods and have developed over years. So this is the insight.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question about from your presentation in Amersfoort? You spoke about the use of visual learning and drawing in particular with children. And you've already mentioned that in working with children, you learn how they think and play. And some of the things you said, that all of the things you said were great, but some of them were really important moments for me. You said children don't understand a lot of creative music terminology. And I know as a teacher and a parent, my first reaction is to say, of course they do. But you're right, they don't. They have a very difficult time distinguishing. But the thing that you highlighted, which is so good and so inspiring, is you used drawing. And you said children know how to draw. They know how to color and they know how to use the different types of things, a paintbrush or a marker pen or a pencil. And they understand the delicate changes of the articulation of their drawing. Can you tell us a little bit about how you use visuals in your teaching?
Yes, it was about thinking. The main thing was to find something that I thought they don't understand. We are learning the kids something they don't understand. They learn in the Belgian way. They have the solfège lessons, so they learn how to read music on paper, but it's like some mathematics exercise they do. They don't connect this to sound in their head, not at all. They even don't connect it to movement, and for sure not for expression. And I was thinking about this because I did many showcases to for the students who don't know the music schools. In Belgium is for the second year of the basic school, and then you ask, speak to me, and speak to me like you are afraid, and you say, oh, oh, oh. And they do, oh, oh, oh. And no, not afraid, not to share me. You are afraid. So they don't, even with speaking, with playing theater, they don't know expressions. They don't do it. Maybe when they are 3 or 4 years old, they do it, but they stop doing it 5, 6, 7 years old, most of them, and they are shy. So they don't develop something. Second thing is they have no imagination of these sounds, maybe loud and silent. This difference they know, but they don't think about music. It can also whisper. And whispering, what is this? Whispering, even if you ask, you have 10 kids of 7 years old and you ask them to whisper, I think only 2 can whisper. The 5 others will do something with their voice that you have to make whispering. So I thought, what are they doing? And I am luckily, my wife is teaching the children from 3 until 6 years. I know very well what they are doing in the classroom. So there they develop. If I look to you now, I see next to you a painting, and somebody choose to use these colors. these shapes to express something. There's something cared in the hands. You can see, if you ask to a kid, look to it and tell me something about it, most of them will be able. If you let them hear a piece of music, they don't know anything. So I thought we have to teach them, and if we teach them nothing about expression in the first year, first 2 years, sometimes first 3 years they are playing, then it's lost. Then it's lost because they keep it for true what they are hearing. Then I started to think, and the first thing I was developing was what I call the smileys, that you go in a bow. Big difference for me about the drawing thing with making music is it's the same handling with your hands. You choose material, you choose lines, you choose thickness of using the bow, thickness of using the hair, the using the plying facilities of the bow, of the modern bow, but you have to do it in time. We have measures. So I was looking to make this work in my teaching, because I was, let's say, pissed off after many years by hearing coming violence in my classroom in the group lessons. And we start a song and we play what has supposed to be, and you and then you play a song, pom pim pom 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 pom, down tin tan 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 tan. It's just the same.
I have a picture. I was paying attention. I'll show. This was the smileys in time.
Yeah. This is for the looking people. The right side is with the same of the tree, with the same. The other one is when you make it more. And if you ask to the children, what will you take? Maybe you have your picture. You have the picture of the how is it called? The quack quack.
The drawing.
Yeah, it's a drawing of the animal.
No, the frog. No, I don't have that.
Frog.
One.
No, but I have no. I'm working with my iPad now, and it's on my iPad, so I can not show it. But
no, that's okay.
And I wanted to explain them, and I have to say, with preparing for the ESTA conference, because I say I want to speak about directly have expression for the children. I use
this picture,
but maybe
is a picture of an animal.
I have to start with the start. So I do the thing, the movement of the shape of. Wait, I can. I'm out of the movement now, but I do quickly a little drawing. Ta-da! So you have 2 points, and I do the first one. I do my smiley from one point to another. This is starting before they even did their first note with a bow. We started in pizzicato to control the bass, to have a song with a bass in pizzicato, to play Brother Jacob, to play a Christmas song, prepare a St. Nicholas song or something. And this they know already. And then I said, and now it's time to bow. But we have to do. And then I said, draw me the same smiley. And they start, and somebody can do it. The other ones, they just start going like this, or they start going like this to the system. And then I say, the third thing they have to do is, now I start, and I tell, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and exactly you start at the 1, and exactly at the 3 you have to arrive with the same drawing, until the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see things like this. This is exactly what happens with the bow if you do it. And it's not by accident that I choose this movement, because for me, flying the bow, and I have luckily a bow in my neighborhood. You can say, Laura, if you can see it quite in.
Yeah, it's good.
I try to do it on the nice day. So we fly the bow, and then most people talk about these things. You have to, and you press, and you do, and they start, and they get. No, I just say we start. Hang your hand, do your thumb a bit back to the middle. Your bow comes in it, and now you freeze. You are like a statue. Don't change anything, and you have it. Change anything, and it changes, of course. And they all start. The first weeks, when I see something like this, no, we start again. Take it in your left hand, come with your right hand, come down. So we have this statue. If you have this statue, right, the first thing we do, I call it the pert, and it's like I live not so far from the harbors, so they know the sound of the boat who is going. But so the first thing is heavily, and just do a pert with no time in it. With no time in it. I have to say, this drawing of the smiley is just after this. First, we do the sound. Yeah. When they have the statue, they can start, and then this is for a later stadium. I will show you. If you have this one, I will tell about. So we go down. We do the pert, and the second thing then we do is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But we do 1, 2, stop, and then they are start, and then I control, of course, if there's. But it has to be one smiley. If they do 1, 2, 3, no, it's 1. Only if this sound comes deep and with movement. This is the first thing. And before they are able to do this, and normally it's only 1 week in one direction. Next week, the other direction. But with stopping, very important is that they stop and that they control. They count before they start. 3, 4, 1, 2, stop. Control. Take all your time. You do restart, left hand, coming with the bow, up, start, and again. But thinking about what they did with the pencil, because they know, oh, we did like this, or we go straight, or we were not deep enough. So they have something visual in their mind that results in a certain sound. So from the first day on, they have in their sound, they have something that sings, that make a movement in the sound. Next step is that you do it with 2 beats of rests, exactly 2 beats. So they stay counting 1, 2, 3, 4 loudly, that they can control. And I have to say, in the years that I developed this, it's not in the first years I did lesson. It took me many years to have this in my mind. And then when I do it now, I'm very sure there's no kid who can do the movement. And speaking loud, they are always aware of the time. And they are always aware, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they know they're not getting the point of staying in a tempo. And if they cannot take their attention to the speaking, then the drawing will not be right. And I never talk about the bowing. I talk to them about their drawing.
Yes, because they understand.
Because they understand. Because I started with this drawing. I go, no, that's not a nice smiley. And it's a whole other thing that you didn't use your whole bow. And it was not, and you were pressing too hard and too soft and too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You showed in Amersfoort, the picture I don't have is a dot to dot drawing around an animal that makes a picture. And with the child, they understand, so they have a visual representation of what they're doing, but they understand beauty. They understand the musicality from the beginning. So these smileys are put into the picture of how they create, because if they make an angle picture of an animal, it looks not so nice. But then when they shape their lines, so they understand how to do it, it's really quite genius. It's very good.
Yeah, it's this type of numeric pictures that you have. You have to point 1 to 2 and to 3 and to 4 and to 5 and to 6. I'm an iPad user in the classroom too. You have nice drawing programs on an iPad where you can show things to people. So you have your whiteboard in your hands. It's very practical. Yeah. You can erase it, you can do it, and in the drawing programs you can do all kind of stupid things with it.
It's good.
And
so they understand all these.
The last this frog things I did. I think there's maybe 65 numbers you have to connect. And I did it with the iPad, and all straight lines between the numbers, and all lines of the same thickness. So like you would have, I don't know
the beginner.
No, it's one kind of pencil that cannot change the thickness of your line. If you use this thing, and all straight lines, and then the other one, I connected them, but like you should do it with a drawing pencil, that you can go thicker and smaller in your line, so the ears come more to life, the nose come more to life, the feet come more to life. And then I show it sometimes to the student, not to mine, because my students know the system. This frog thing, I use the two different frogs. I have them on my iPad. I swipe from the one to the other, and let's see them. So I don't want. Do you see difference? And sometimes you have kids who say, no, it's the same. It's completely the same. So you can imagine, this is about drawing, a thing they do from their birth. And they are 8 years old, and they say, no, I don't see any difference. And then I zoom in, and then normally they see difference. And this is all straight lines, but they all choose for the rounds, for the round frog, the nice picture. And so, but they can't tell what is the difference. And then you say, yeah, but look, we're playing songs now. In songs, you also have these numbers. You have measures and beats. And then some composers say, this is a quarter note, and these are 2 8 notes, but they only give us the starting point of the note. This visual only gives starting points. Like you have these numeric pictures from this frog, and you have to connect them. But how you connect these numbers, that's your ability. But you have to do something with it. If you just do, and for me, I can understand why people do it. But for me, playing the famous song everybody plays on his string instrument, because it's half notes and quarter notes. La pa pa ta ti ti re ti ka 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 ka, and then applause of the audience. And then I always say, what are we doing? What are we doing? These kids are 8 years old, and we are applauding for them to do something ugly. It's not the right way. If you do it and they go to the painting lesson, and they come and they have to, the thing that they have to do is try to make something like the thing next to you, and they start with drawing lines like this to start, that they immediately stop. There's something wrong. You cannot imagine that there goes a kid of 8 years to the competition of sound mix show and start to sing like this. why should we do it with string instrument?
Mm.
So my solution for this is, and no one of my students ever played a note like this.
That's
And
amazing. There's
and,
one
I
more
will
thing.
not say that the medium level of my students comes better than another one, but it comes more expressive.
Yes.
And they know more what to do with their music. And if they want to make some nice bass part in an orchestra, they are able to do it. So they don't get bored. They are always looking from themselves on, because you have this thing of motivation and intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. I'm too simple for this.
No, it's good. I
just know that if a kid knows what he is looking for, it goes much faster.
Yes, there's two things I'm very keen to ask you. One is this. This is a beautiful picture of sounds and shapes and understanding where the sound goes in space. Because you explained that it's, I mean, I think this is very advanced, actually, your explanation.
To the sideways that your face, not this, but I cannot see. No, I can see the picture completely. So what you see here is just very quick done thing to explain something in my lecture in Amersfoort. But the one thing you often see is when I was drawing these birds like you see, and I signed the rhythm and also the rhythm of the sea. These are two very important things for me. Also the sun who was there. The important thing, it's okay, Laura, you will have your arm falling down. So if you do these birds, nobody will do tom tom, stay on this point and draw the next bird. They will always took their pencil off the paper and start on a new place. So for me, all my students has to know my how you say it, my way of saying it. I always show to the wall and I say, you have to know what's on the wall. There's nothing on this wall. It's a white wall, nothing on it. But you have to know that rests and breathing signs or breathing moments in music and rests are the moments where you can choose to place your bow on the best place for the next note. And if you just look to music school students, what a word, music school students, and if you just, and once it's in your head, it can be hard to look to some students, because they always stop somewhere and start the next note on the same place. There's no way to make a picture like this. You have to place if you want to do the sun, you take a place. You picture your sun. If you want to do, so it's like the sentences. So they have to read the music also on this way. And I see that they are getting much more involved to playing right in the measure, because they are aware of the counting all time, and they can draw in the counting, because of course what they learned in the solfège lesson is beating on time. But beating, if we have again in our mind this picture with all these numbers, you have to connect. It's beating is only tapping on the numbers. There's no connection between all this. So if the composer has made your thing you have to draw, you have to fill in all the time. One of the most common things they do, students, is they use their bow, and you, not mine, because they may not do it, they learn it that it's not that way, but 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, yeah, and how you play the fourth beat with which piece of the bow you will do it. So if you start on my way and they learn from the beginning 1 2 stop, they will also do 1 2 3 4 stop. and they know you have to do it. You need to connect from the 4 to the next one. Also make the connection. So playing legato, I never talk about playing legato. It's just making your smile connect perfectly.
Mm.
And
But
so you can talk about all the